Hi, welcome to this Blender video tutorial entitled SimpleDeform. The SimpleDeform modifier is an object mode deformation that applies a twist, bend, taper, or stretch deformation to the modified object. To demonstrate the SimpleDeform modifier, I've placed the default cube object in my Blender scene. Like all Blender deform modifiers, the deformed object needs to be well defined with enough internal vertices to complete the deformation. I'll tab into Edit mode, and with all of the vertices selected, I'll subdivide my cube object 4 times. This will provide sufficient vertices to complete all of the simple deformations. I'll tab out of Edit mode and click on the Modifier Context button located in the Properties panel. I'll click on the Add Modifier button and add a SimpleDeform modifier. By default, the SimpleDeform modifier is set to Twist Deform with a deform factor of 0.35. As I increase the deform factor, the twist deform effect is increased. I will switch the deform mode from twist to bend. Here, adjusting the deform factor adjusts the amount of bend deformation. I'll switch the deform mode from bend to taper. Here, adjusting the deform factor adjusts the amount of taper deformation. I'll switch the deform mode from taper to stretch. Here, by adjusting the deform factor, I'm adjusting the amount of stretch deformation. Note that all of these simple deformations operate along the X-Y axis. It is possible to limit the start and end point of the SimpleDeform effect somewhere along the Z-axis. To demonstrate this, I will first tab into Edit mode, and I'll scale the cube up a bit along the Z-axis so that we can see this more clearly. I'll then tab out of Edit mode and switch to the Twist Deform mode, and I'll set the deform factor at 6.5. Below the deform controls are another set of controls called Limit. These controls limit the lower and upper extent of the simple deformation. As I raise the top slider setting, the twist effect starting point is raised up along the Z-axis. As I lower the bottom setting, the twist effect ending point is lowered down along the Z-axis. I'll set the top limit slider back to 0 and set the bottom limit slider back to 1. Some of the simple deformations can be limited to the X or Y directions. I'll switch the deform mode to stretch, and I'll set the deform factor to 1.5. Note that there are now 2 additional checkboxes located below the limit controls. Here I will checkmark the Lock Y-axis, which limits the stretch effect to the X-axis only. I can reverse this limit by unchecking the Lock Y checkbox and checking the Lock X checkbox. The SimpleDeform modifier is, as its name implies, a quick and easy way to add a deformation to a mesh object.